That is the boldest thing I've heard. Wow.
AFC South title and wins MVP.
Dude, I can't take you seriously.
Really?
502 games.
No way.
No way. I could have ran for 100 yards this touchdown.
I stopped listening halfway through. That's such a bad take.
Welcome back to Neutral Zone Reaction, everybody. How we doing? Holy Wi-Fi.
We're back. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Neutral Zone Reaction. Let's hope the Wi-Fi doesn't let us down this week. I'm Jules Bergman. That over there.
I'm Brady Hannon. How we doing?
We're doing very, very well on this fine Tuesday evening. And I'm ready to talk some football because it was a crazy week of games on Sunday, and the wild card
Awesome
race is heating up. There was a crazy game between the Eagles and Bills. We got that on our background right now. And let's just talk about that game for a sec, because holy cow, for the Bills to have the lead with a minute and a half left after that touchdown. And Jake Elliott just drills that field goal from 60 yards out. Go ahead. What were you trying to say?
I don't understand how the Bills lost this game. I really don't. The Bills had this game in the palm of their hand, and they let it go. I mean, this is insanity. I mean, I know Josh Allen loses in overtime every year, but I don't even know if this is Josh Allen. The defense just could not contain Jalen Hurts. In the second half of this game, Jalen Hurts was absolutely on fire, and the Bills couldn't do anything about it. It was awful.
The Bills are what, plus 100 something in point differential.
They're plus 101.
Yeah, 101. I mean,
it's awful.
When they put those Kelly Greens on, there's no stop in Philadelphia. And personally, I think they should have kept them in the bank for this week with their game of the week that we'll talk about in a little while. But the Bills' playoff hopes are dwindling, and
the Bills are at 66. And they got some tough games coming up too.
Let's just say Jalen Hurts is looking. He is looking so calm and collected, and this man means business. I don't know what is going on with the Bills, but they can't find ways to win this year, which they've been able to in the past, and they just can't figure it out. So
no, and also when you look at the Bills, holy Wi-Fi.
All right. Sorry about that. My apartment Wi-Fi just doesn't work anymore for the last 2 weeks. But Which conference playoff race would you like to start with?
I think that I want to talk about the NFC first. I think
NFC.
the NFC is just a little more exciting. We could save that.
Okay.
So who do you have in?
In the NFC, obviously Dallas. They're gonna make it as the 5 seed.
Easy. Dallas is always the 5 seed, I swear.
Mm-hmm.
They're always the 5 seed. They always find a way. And then they lose like second round, but they're always the 5 seed.
And then let's talk about after Dallas, because
Dallas is tricky.
It is. You know what? I hate to say it, but I've got Green Bay as the 6th seed for after Dallas. Green Bay has a literal cakewalk schedule remaining.
After the Lions, they have nothing. Or wait, no, they just played the Lions. I lied.
They just played them.
I forgot. Yeah.
They have they have the Vikings and the Bears, but they play the Bears on a Sunday, so they probably are going to win that game.
Yeah. The Bears should never play on Sunday again. Ever.
Mm-hmm. We're undefeated. Not on Sundays this year.
We're 3-1.
Nope, not on Sundays. The prime time.
Oh yeah, it was Sunday night.
Sunday night football.
Yeah,
put us on Thursday. Put us on Monday. We're winning.
We're unstoppable.
Bears money line every time. But the Packers, let's look at this schedule that they got, and it looks like Jordan Love and that offense has finally figured it out. They're getting some pieces back. They're getting Jair Alexander back. They're getting Aaron Jones back. They play against Kansas City this week, and I'm guessing they're going to lose that game. But after that, you look at this team at 5-7 and barely in the hunt graphic. I don't see them losing another game the rest of the season.
I mean, they'll beat the Bears. That's a given.
They play the Giants, the Buccaneers, the Panthers, the Vikings, and the Bears in their last.
Those are free.
In their last 5 games, they win it at least 4 of them in my mind, which is horrible to say, especially that they're going to be at the Vikings on Sunday Night Football on New Year's Eve. And
they're going to win that game too because Josh
Dobbs,
the Vikings start at quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, I love Josh Dobbs, but I'm seeing all these things of the Linsanity run is over for Josh Dobbs.
I mean, he threw 4 picks against the Bears. I don't know how you rebound from that, to be honest. I guess they got their bye, unless they can fix up. I mean, Kevin O'Connell knows what he's doing. If they can fix stuff after the bye, maybe. But the Vikings are just shaky right now. Anyways, I agree with you so far. I got the same as you. Who do you have as your 7th seed? This is where it gets tough.
As much as I have Dobbs and the Vikings falling back to earth. See what I did there. I have Gonna give myself a pat on the back for that one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have the Vikings as the 7th seed, which makes the Seahawks as my team not making it after I said they'd be in the Super Bowl at the start of the year as my hot take and starting 7-0. But
I can't say the Saints were much better, but that's okay.
Are the Seahawks a better team than Minnesota? In my opinion, yes. But you know who the Seahawks have to play?
A lot of good teams.
At Dallas, at the 49ers, home against the Eagles.
That's a loss.
3 straight probable losses. At the Titans, home against the Steelers, and at the Cardinals in a division game where the Cardinals might just find themselves with the 1st overall pick and win the game and fall out of the 1st overall and have the 2nd overall. And we'll be rooting hard for Arizona in that game.
It worked for the Texans last year.
It did. Exactly.
Yeah.
So
no, my 7th seed.
Seattle winning enough games, even if Green Bay beats Minnesota at home in Sunday night.
Yeah. My 7th seed is a little different, actually. I have the Rams pulling it out.
Oh, really?
Listen. The Rams are 5-6, right? They play the Browns this week. I think they beat the Browns easily. They're better coach, better quarterback. They beat the Browns. They're 6-6. They're even with the Vikings right now. They have the Ravens, which is probably a loss. But after the Ravens, their next 3 games are the Commanders, the Saints, and the Giants. That's 3 wins.
Hey, with Kyren Williams back,
that's 9-7 going. And then they play the Niners last week. That's probably a loss. But the Niners could also be resting starters. So say that's a 50-50 game. That means they're 9-7 going into the last week, assuming they go 3-1 during this stretch or 4-1 during this stretch of easy teams. I think 9-8.
I didn't think about 9-8
9-8 is the 9-8's the 6 or 7 seed in the NFC. Let's be real. There's no 9-8 teams missing the playoffs in the NFC this year. That's going to get you a wild card spot. I mean, unless the Bears rattle off 5 straight, which crazier things have happened, but that's not happening.
Have crazier things happened?
I mean, we've sent people to the moon. I mean, the wheel got invented. There's been crazier things technically.
Yeah.
I mean, Tennessee beat Bama. You know, there's been anomalies out there.
So you have them over Minnesota then?
Yeah. I think Minnesota falls out. I just don't think their quarterback plays good enough. Like, I think Stafford's going to lead the Rams to the playoffs, and I think Minnesota's going to fall back to earth, like you said. I mean, whoever they have, Jalen Hall, their rookie, or
Jaron Hall.
Jaron Hall, sorry. Whoever the Minnesota has.
They're not benching Dobbs. He's had one bad game.
But they're
fine against Denver.
I mean, yeah, but they already were going to start that rookie. I feel like they might as well just give it a shot and see what they have. Dobbs is only going to get you so far. He doesn't know the playbook. And he's not going to learn in the next 3 weeks either.
Jaron Hall's injured. I don't know if he's out for the year or what the injury is.
He had a concussion. He's already back. He's eligible to play. I think he was active last week. He just was their backup to Dobbs. But after the bye week, I think they might start him and see what happens. Regardless, I think the Rams win more games.
It's not a bad idea. I feel like a lot of the games that we thought the Rams would pull off earlier in the season, they've just dropped the ball and not been able to finish the job. So maybe they pull it together at the end, but they have shown nothing yet to show that they're going to win a close game this year. They did beat Seattle in a close game, so that's fair. So maybe it's a step in the right direction. I don't really know if we can judge the Rams after beating the Cardinals last week because
that's fair. Suck. I mean, they did dismantle the Cardinals, though.
Yeah.
The Texans barely beat the Cardinals. The Rams dismantled them, but
no, that's an interesting pick with the Rams because
they're sitting there at 5-6, and they just don't really have much competition left on their schedule.
You're right. I mean, if they can beat the Browns this week, it really improves their chances.
They're 6-6.
You just got to hope that they can keep the offense keep the offense rolling against that tough Browns D. They better be hoping Myles Garrett is not playing or not at full strength.
Oh my gosh. I think he is out. Or no, he's dated.
Questionable.
No, Myles Garrett's going to play. But the Rams, not 100%.
The Rams are 3.5-point favorites at home against the Browns. So
that's fair. You never know, but
let me take a look at that schedule real quick. Yeah,
Anyways, let's move on to the AFC.
They do play the Ravens, though.
Jules, what do we think for the AFC?
Sure. AFC. Let's go back. Now we're with the 1 seed in the AFC is our little background here. After the 1 seed changed 4 times last week in a 3-day span, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
Well, let's start out with the team.
Jags, Chiefs, Ravens.
I'll start out with the team playing the Rams this week, the Browns. I think the Browns miss out.
I do too. I mean, they're sitting there at 7-5. They're in the playoffs by about half a game, and they're just not that good.
Yeah,
they really just don't feel that good.
I can't see Flacco taking them to the promised land this year.
No, not at all. I mean, they're still in the AFC North. They got tough teams. And there's teams, I think the Colts are better. The Colts are somehow in the 7 seed right now. The Texans are there. The Broncos are there. The Bills are in the 10 seed. I mean, even the Raiders, I think, are better than them. I mean, there's just a lot of better teams in the AFC.
I think the Raiders could definitely beat the Browns right now. Have they played this? 100%. No, they haven't played this year.
But I think first off, I think the Steelers take the 5 seed. They're sitting there now. I don't think they lose it.
I'm going to agree with you there. They got a really commanding defense, and the offense finally.
Offense looked good. They put up 400 yards. They handled the game. They only scored 16 points, but that's more than they normally score. So we got to hand it to them.
That's true.
Maybe they'll score 17 this week. Who knows? And then as my 6th seed, I think the Texans take this seed. I mean, the Texans are good. I mean, they lost a tough game to the Jags, but I really think the Texans keep rolling. I think they take the 6, and then the 7. I think the Broncos take the 7. Oh, you froze.
All right, there we go. Sorry.
Where did I get cut off?
Again.
You're good. Where did I get cut off?
My bad. Go ahead.
So the Steelers have the 5. I don't know where I got cut off. The Texans are just rolling. They had a tough loss to the Jags, but I think they take the 6. And I think it's 7. The Broncos take the 7 seed.
The Broncos.
The Broncos have. Hear me out. The competition with the Broncos right now is the Bills, who have an impossible schedule. The Bills are going through a gauntlet. I don't think they get through that. The Browns, who have Joe Flacco. I don't think I need to say anymore. And the Colts, who just the Colts just do not feel like a playoff team. I'm sorry, they don't. And the Broncos have won 5 straight games. They are rolling. Russell Wilson is absolutely chefing it up. He's got a Michelin star restaurant out there in Denver. I just see the Broncos getting in. They've been playing so well. The Colts have been playing fine, but the Colts aren't that level of team that's going to – I don't think the Colts are a good enough team. They don't have enough star power, especially at the quarterback position. I mean, they got the mustache, but that's all.
Hey, I told you last week that since when Washington lost the Apple Cup, that Gardner Minshew would be out for revenge and have a good game.
He won last week.
Mm-hmm. He was balling out. So you've got the Broncos in there. I am not so confident on the Broncos. I'm gonna stick with the Colts.
What part of the 5-game winning streak did you not like?
I don't think it's attainable
Jonathan
to keep
Taylor.
going. They've
Jonathan Taylor hurt too.
They've still got a lot of tough games to play.
What tough games do they have? I mean, they already beat their division's easy besides the Chiefs. They already beat the Chiefs. I don't know what do they have left.
I wouldn't say that right away that the division's easy. They've still got 2 games against the Chargers, which I think they split. They play at the Texans this week in one of my game of the week, in my opinions. They play at the Lions. That's a tough one.
Yeah, but then they have the Patriots.
Yeah, but that's
then they get the Patriots, the Chargers, and the Raiders to finish it out. They're gonna end strong.
It's just the Patriot and Raider games are 2 games that it just feels like one of those times when a bad team could get a win and the Broncos fall flat. Because by the way you're saying
no, I don't see that.
I don't think that they're going to be able to win enough games to overtake the other teams. Like they might win 3 of those 5.
They have to win. They're 6-5. The Colts are also 6-5. They have to win 1 more game than the Colts the whole rest of the year. I mean, that's not asking that much. There's 6 games left. You say this like they're climbing out of a hole. They're tied for the 7 seed right now.
I think the Colts have a better shot at it. I think the Colts are more primed to. The Colts defense has been stepping up lately. They've got quite a few dudes on that squad. The D-line is playing well. Kenny Moore is balling out. And Jonathan Taylor and Zach Moss are a real 1-2 duo. Josh Downs is looking like a true wide receiver too.
Jonathan Taylor's out for like 3 weeks, by the way.
Is he?
Yeah, he got thumb surgery. He got thumb surgery, like tore something. Oh my God, your Wi-Fi. How's Wi-Fi disconnected? What? He's still disconnected. Are you guys watching?
Yeah.
What?
Niners. Tell everyone Golden State's line.
What's the Niners line?
Just Niners from the Super Bowl.
Okay.
Yeah, Golden State for the night.
All right, I'm back.
All right, back? You really got to reset your Wi-Fi. Just
dude, it's the whole
apartment. It's bad.
I know.
Then go underground and reset that thing. It's really bad. Anyways, the Broncos are tied for the 7 seed, and the Colts, without Jonathan Taylor, even if they had Jonathan Taylor, they just don't have enough star power to win. I don't think they have enough star power to hold the 7 seed.
I think
they
do. And look at the Colts schedule. The Colts have a better schedule than the Broncos do, in my opinion. They've got the Titans, the Bengals, the Steelers, who are a toss-up game, in my opinion.
No, Steelers is a loss.
I don't know that but we're talking as if the Steelers are going to run the table.
The Steelers are going to run the table against the Colts and Gardner Minshew. Are you kidding me?
I don't know
They
about
might have
that.
run the table through the AFC, but they're going to beat Gardner Minshew. I mean, that's a pretty safe bet, I feel like.
And then the Colts also have the Falcons, the Raiders, and the Texans. So it's
So they'll
kind of
probably go
similar to the Broncos, but I just
So they'll
think the
probably be
Colts have a
9-8.
better shot.
I think 8-9, 9-8 is a fair statement for that. They'll go 3-3 the rest of the way, and then the
Well, hey,
Broncos are
they
going to
hold
lead
it.
that.
They
The
already
Broncos
are
have been
above the
on fire. The Broncos have not lost since like October. Oh, wait, that's
Nor
not that
have the
far.
Colts. Nor
Like
have the Colts.
mid-October.
They're on a 3-game
Yes, they
win streak.
have. Okay,
Colts are on a
3
3-game
games.
win.
Broncos are on 5. The Broncos have been balling.
You know, the Broncos are just not that. I
The
don't
Broncos
think
are
they
good.
have
They've
what it
beaten good
takes.
teams.
I think the Broncos are hitting their hot streak now, and it's not attainable. I think the Colts are a growing team that has not played their best ball yet. That's
I
what
think
I'll
the
say. And then
Broncos. I think the Broncos are
the
growing
Texans as
too. They beat the
you-
Chiefs, Bills back-to-back weeks. They pulled out a win against the Vikings. They clobbered the Browns. They put up 29 on the Browns defense that we talk so highly of. The Broncos are going off right now.
As I said, I think they're playing their best football right now. I don't think it's attainable for them to keep playing like that. I just don't. I don't see enough talent, and I don't see enough talent and firepower on that team. And
Well,
I think I just don't. I don't see them holding on. Maybe they do. Yeah. Do you have the Texans at the 6 then?
yeah.
Yeah. So do I. Okay.
Well,
So there's
I'm sorry. I'm sorry, you're wrong. But what do we have next?
So we've both got the Bills out of there then.
Yeah, I mean, the Bills have a gauntlet. They have a gauntlet.
Yeah.
They got the Eagles, the Chiefs, the Cowboys.
Exactly. That's a real
They got
tough,
3 of the top teams in the
stretch.
league. They could easily go 0-3, 1-2 in theirs, and then they're done.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, 9-8's a toss-up. 9-8's a toss-up to make the playoffs in the AFC, and they might not even get there.
Exactly. I don't think the Bills gain enough games on anyone.
No.
And let's go to some games of the week this week before we go to this week in Vegas.
Okay.
Because
the Bears game was not a game of the week. I'm sorry.
that's why I ironically put it up there.
It was not. It was boring. I got bored, and I'm a Bears fan.
Hey, well, I loved the Bears game.
I love the Bears. I had fun. I had fun watching the final drive. Fields throwing the ball 87 times by the line of scrimmage was fun. But they need so many things. They need a new OC. They need a new head coach. I mean, that's really all they need, to be honest. But they just need that badly.
I mean, as Bear fans, we definitely should be hoping our team loses to get the higher draft picks. But you know what? Some days you just want to win.
You need a win. Some days you want to win. We did that all of last year. All of last year, we rooted for the Bears to get a worse pick, and now they suck again. So why?
All I wanted last.
I'll root against the Panthers all day long. I can root for the Panthers to suck all day long, and that's been working great. But the Bears need to win every once in a while. Like exactly. I just for my soul.
Well,
I need that.
Let's go into our game of the week this week. I have wrote 3 down. I've got obviously 49ers at the Eagles, and then Broncos at Texans, and Chiefs at Packers. Let's start with Niners Eagles. My hot take for the week is that the Niners get their revenge, and Nick Sirianni throws a 5-year-old hissy fit and becomes a meme within 2 hours of the game ending.
Your hot take is the coach throws a hissy fit?
Yes, that's my hot take.
That's awful. I'm sorry. I mean, I think the Niners win too. I think Nick Sirianni is going to be pissed. I think he's an adult. I don't think he's going to throw whatever you just said.
I don't think he's an adult.
I mean, who's favored in this game? It's Niners -3, I want to say.
The Niners are favored by 3 in Philadelphia.
I got some inside information on the Niners. I think they look good.
Oh, that's insider info. Good to know.
No, just from a professional gambler, I would say. I got some inside information, of course. And the Niners have looked good, and I think they pull this one out. I mean, the Eagles have been good, but they've been playing close games. They also lost to Zach Wilson, which is just hilarious. Aside that, not that this is any relevance. That was a month ago, but I just think it's funny to mention. Eagles have just been playing. They've been playing with fire. The 49ers stomp fire. They punch everyone in the mouth. I don't think they mess around. I think the Niners win this game. I think it's tight. I think it's a great game, but I think the Eagles finally their luck catches up to them.
I don't know if it'll be tight. I think the Niners. Here's the thing: the Niners.
I can't see the Niners. I can't see the Niners winning this game.
Let me finish this. The Niners just played on Thanksgiving. They had a whole extra 3 days, mind you, after demolishing Seattle. They had an extra 3 days to prepare for this game, to get healthy, to get locked in, to have a game plan. The Eagles just played an overtime battle with one of the most physical teams in the league. And that extra rest time and extra game plan time absolutely is going to work in Shanahan's favor. I think
absolutely, but it's not 20 points in his favor.
I think the Niners are going to be really hungry for a win this week, especially after what happened last year. Brock Purdy, I think, has his best game of the season, to be honest. The Eagles secondary has not performed very well this year, and Brock Purdy wants his revenge game because he got hurt last year. Everyone said the Niners would have beaten the Eagles, but the Eagles end up winning the game, going to the Super Bowl. I honestly think the Niners will win this game by much more than 3. I think they could win this game by 16 or 17 points.
That should have been your bold take.
Sure, that's my bold take.
Not the Eagles coach throwing a temper tantrum. I think that's a much better hot take.
And then Sirianni throws a temper tantrum.
And then Sirianni throws a temper tantrum. Anyways, what was the next game? Texans-Broncos?
Texans-Broncos. Big game for the wild card.
This is a big game. I think this is a close game. This is like a 20-21 type of game, I feel like. 23-20.
Oh, I think it'll be a little higher scoring than that, personally.
Really? I think
it's in Houston. It's not in Denver. I think Denver's played a little better at home. Maybe not. Maybe I'm making that up. But Houston at home their offense has been all what's the word? All
it's
something
money.
Go. All what's the saying? All you know what I'm trying to say.
No. Sorry.
I don't know. All engines
Anyways.
go, all something.
Anyways, the Texans. Texans have been playing really well. I mean, they were a doink away from beating the Jags or tying the Jags into overtime. I'd pick the Texans in this game, but I think it's close. I can see Russ pulling this out. I really can.
Okay. Well, it's possible. It'll be.
What's the spread on this game?
Do you have the Broncos winning the game?
Sorry, son.
No, you can laugh.
No.
Go ahead.
I mean, no, I have Texans. Sorry.
Okay. And finally,
Yeah.
Chiefs at the
Lost my
Packers.
train of thought. This is a game of the week. I mean, this game will be close.
I just picked the three best games of the week, in my opinion. I think these are going to be the 3 best games.
It's a Sunday night game, right? This feels like a close game. It really does.
Lambeau, in the cold. It's going to be freezing there.
Yeah. Mahomes, you think Mahomes cares about the cold, though?
No, he doesn't care.
I mean, Matt Nagy might go, like, cry in the locker room, but... Dude, it's so funny that Matt Nagy became the Chiefs play caller, and now they have the worst offense in the Mahomes era.
Do they?
Like, that does not get talked about.
Surprise.
It's so... Like, Mitch was a Pro Bowl quarterback in that offense, and Mahomes can't figure it out. I think we have... I don't think that gets acknowledged enough. It just does not get talked about enough. But anyways... I mean, this feels. I feel like the Packers win this game. Maybe that's me speaking as a Bears fan.
That's why it's a game of the week, because no one expects that.
Well, I do, but
yeah.
I mean, I think the Chiefs are like 6-point favorites, 5.5. I don't see the Chiefs blowing this one open. I think the longer you let the Packers hang around, the longer you let them stay in the game with that run game, I think they can pull it out at the end. I think this can be like a 20-17 type of slugfest. We know the Chiefs don't score a lot. They don't like to. They don't enjoy it, especially in the second half. Matt Nagy does not
start against Vegas.
Matt Nagy just does not like points. I think it's an allergy or something. We got to be sensitive about that. But he doesn't like it. He doesn't have fun with it. So the Chiefs are going to start slow, or they'll end. Yeah, I think the Chiefs start slow in the cold, and then they'll pick it up in the second half. I think the Packers just kind of mow it down, run control, time control. Time of possession. That's what I was trying to say. I think they just take control of this game. That's my prediction.
Okay.
I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong. Hopefully I'm wrong, but that's what I think.
I hope you're wrong too. I'm going to stick with Kansas City. I think they got to hit a point of the season where they say, all right, let's like figure this out and take care of business and stop messing around.
but Matt Nagy is the OC. That's such an
but
underrated
Andy
thing. You keep
Reid
ignoring
is the
that.
head coach, and he is a damn good head coach.
How does Andy Reid call plays?
I don't know. He probably game plans everything and then says, "All right,
I'm
Matt,
sure he
just run what I
does.
told you to."
He's like, here you go, little boy. Here's the play sheet.
Here you go, little boy. Here's the keys to the car.
The keys to the car. It's like giving. That's not a good idea. Oh, this week in Vegas.
This week in Vegas. Let's close out the show. We got about 10 minutes. Let's do some this week in Vegas.
Yeah.
Give me
So
you had 2-2 last week. You're 7-11. I have made it back to 500 finally. Let's go.
I remember last year. Weren't you like 2-11 at one point?
No, you're making that up. You're pulling.
I don't know. You were really bad.
I was never 2-11. I was probably like 12-19 at some point. That's probably the worst it got.
Okay.
But
anyways,
we
I got 4
episodes every week last year.
Fair. Well, anyways, last week I went 2-2. My 2 favorites won. My 2 underdogs lost. I saw a stat. I'm pretty sure favorites were 13 or 12-3 last week, or 12-4 last week.
Yeah, they did really well.
Crazy. Anyways, I stuck with all favorites this week.
Ooh. Okay.
And my first pick, the one I'm most confident in, Falcons -2.5 against the Jets.
That's your most confident pick.
The Jets don't score. If the Jets don't score points, how are they supposed to cover 2.5 points? The Jets might score a touchdown this week. It's like 50-50.
The Jets have still won 4 games this year, correct?
They have not won in like a month.
So
and their quarterback, also their quarterback is Tim Boyle.
Nah, I think they'll go with.
No.
Oh no, I was thinking of Flacco on the. Yeah, Flacco's on the Browns now.
Flacco's on the Browns. Flacco would have a better shot in this game off his couch. But no, Tim Boyle does not score points. The Jets don't score points. The Falcons finally gave the ball to Bijan and they won a game.
I know, right?
It's crazy how that works. You give it to your top 10 running back and crazy.
Well, here's the thing.
Anyways,
I think the Jets very well could turn around and hand the ball to Breece Hall 30 times, just like how they beat Denver doing that. That would be the best game plan, in my opinion.
But the Falcons have some threat over the top with Kyle Pitts, Drake London. They have some receiving threats. The Jets have the Jets have Garrett Wilson.
Garrett Wilson, he's better than both of them.
But they have Tim Boyle throwing the ball.
Okay, if you run it 30 times with
Tim Boyle is awful. Tim Boyle is not an NFL quarterback. Tim Boyle was the very third-string quarterback last year. He was the third-string quarterback on a 3-14 team.
You're acting like Desmond Ridder is that much better. Desmond Ridder
is that much better, and I don't like Desmond Ridder. Desmond Ridder is bad, and he's still that much better. No,
every time
I've been saying all year that Desmond Ridder is bad, and I stand by that.
He throws a pick or fumbles.
Wait, what?
Every time Desmond Ridder gets in the red zone, he turns the ball over.
It doesn't matter. The Jets don't get in the red zone.
You know what? Give me the Jets +2.5.
The Falcons might win this game 3-0, and he would still cover. I mean, the Jets just do not score. I don't know how you can expect them to cover points when they don't score points. I mean, they're a pitiful excuse for a team. I'm sorry. The Jets are awful right now.
All right. Are you going to make?
They might be worse. They might lose. They might lose to the Bears if they played.
Are you going to make 4 picks today or 6? Because I suddenly want to make 4 picks.
You can make 4 too. We'll just delay it.
I'm gonna make 4
That's fine. If you want to be 11-15 next week, you can be 11-15.
That's fine. My first pick, I'm gonna take the Jets just
+2.5. I feel a lot better about my pick now.
And now my second pick, I'm gonna go with Colts -1 at the Titans.
I have the same exact pick as my second pick.
Do you? Okay. Well, I'll move on to my third down. We don't need to talk about that. I think that's a very generous line.
Colts -1. Yeah, obviously. The Titans are back.
My third pick, I didn't write down, but I just had a whole segment talking about how I think the Niners are going to significantly beat the Eagles. So I'll take the Niners -3. I think that's what you said the line was, something like that.
Yeah, I would take the line too, but I won't for the sake of argument.
So I'll take that as my third. Go ahead with your third.
For my third, we know this. The Dolphins against bad teams is just free money. And they play the Commanders
2 weeks ago. Don't forget.
What?
The Raiders covered against them 2 weeks ago.
The Raiders aren't.
The
Raiders are not. The Raiders are like mediocre. No, the Raiders are mediocre. I'm talking about bad teams. They play the Commanders this week. That's bad. So
Okay.
I think they cover 9.5 against the Commanders. The Commanders are they're just bad. I'm sorry. Sam Howell throws for 400 yards a game and they score 10 points a game.
Oh, your Washington friends aren't gonna like that.
Oh, they're gonna hate it. I'm gonna get out of here and get yelled at, but that's okay because I want to be right.
Did you see
So
that? Did you see that someone commented on I think our Instagram post the other day talking about how you had no place to talk trash about the
because I'm
Jets
a Commanders,
wearing a Redskins
because I wore the
shirt
Sean Taylor
and a Bears
sweatshirt.
shirt.
I mean, I guess he's kind of right, but oh well. That's the
Yeah.
glory of the internet. You can do whatever you want.
And that
Anyways,
was
what is your fourth and final pick?
my fourth and final pick. I
Just
will
pulling this out
take.
of his hat.
You know, I took the Raiders after they fired their head coach, and they
Yeah.
they suddenly started playing well.
You're gonna bet on the Panthers?
I think the Panthers plus 5.5 is good value here. I don't think the
Since when are we talking about good value on This Week in Vegas? We just go with our gut. There's no value.
This is a good value pick here, though.
A good value. Are we back on Black Friday?
Yeah, I guess so. Because first off, teams always play better after they fire their coach. I don't remember the last time. Look at the Colts last year with Jeff Saturday.
Oh yeah, they did.
They go out and win that game.
They beat Josh McDaniels, dude. I think a high school team could beat Josh McDaniels. I mean, that's not fair.
There's quite a history of coaches getting fired and your team suddenly plays with more fire and plays better and opens up the playbook. I think 5.5. I just don't see the Bucks winning by more than 6. Like I could definitely.
So what, they can win by 5 and not 6?
I don't see
the Bucks could easily win this game by 6. It takes one Mike Evans head tap on the Carolinas 5'9" corner and it's over.
I don't think they will. I think Todd Bowles is going to be on the hot seat soon. I think he gets fired at the end of the season. The Bucks might still win the game, but this doesn't feel like more than a field goal game to me, in my opinion. If the Buccaneers win, I think the Panthers could come out and win a game against them. Not going to lie.
But I want to agree with you.
I don't like the 5.5. I don't like the Bucks to win by 6 or more.
Because the Panthers just have no talent on their team. It's hard to bet on them. They're just awful.
I think that
I don't know.
I think they'll keep it a close game. And go ahead with your last pick.
Anyways, speaking of good teams beating up on bad teams, I have the Cowboys minus 8.5 against the Seahawks. Geno Smith has played horrendous the last few weeks, and he's been hurt and then he played bad. Anyways, he's been hurt and bad. It's a bad combo. Dak has been going crazy the last few weeks. Cowboys defense has scored more than the other team's offense. I feel like, this could be a 20-point blowout in a heartbeat. I don't see this staying close. Cowboys minus 8.5 just feels free.
All righty. And that's how we're going to wrap up this week's episode of
Thank you for watching, everyone.
Thanks for watching. Thank you to Culver's for sponsoring our show.
Thank you to Culver's.
And we'll be back in 2 weeks with the NZR Bowl Bash, and we're going to predict.
That's going to be a fun one. We predict every single bowl game. And Illinois should be in there, but they're not. But anyways.
Who?
Illinois.
Oh.
Lost by 2.
Tough scenes, man.
Pitiful.
Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.